2, 1. What's up? Brandi Troup, that girl here. Join with some real hip hop heads. DJ Fly Guy.
What's up?
DJ All Day K. What's up?
We here with it, you know.
I guess I can say hip hop has brought us here.
Facts.
And there's a
Facts.
serious conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah.
Would you say that too, Fly Guy?
I can say that, yeah. I mean, I think it's a conversation that's continuously had by a lot of people.
That's true.
Right. And
all
so
the
now
time,
We do that all the time, right?
and,
we're bringing it to the forefront.
We do it all the
you know,
time.
we talk about music all the time. And
Yeah.
our difference of opinions
Mhm.
and things. And
Okay.
I may,
But important opinion. It's not like it's like an opinions where it's like, oh, rah, rah, rah. No, it's like opinions is like, damn, you're right. And then when you back it up with facts, it's like, oh, how I ain't know that? How I missed that? And we feed back and forth off of it. And it was like, you know what? Like, this needs to be in the forefront.
I love that. And I'm interested in hearing these opinions. Of course, you know, hip hop is the most popular genre in music
Facts.
when it comes to our country.
It pushes the culture.
Absolutely. It's bold.
Yup.
It determines what's cool. And as you just said,
Yup.
what's the culture?
The identity. you know.
Absolutely. And of course, with it starting in the 70s
Yeah.
and how we've seen how it's evolved over time because, you know, nothing.
I was going to say
stays.
originated from reggae.
Okay.
Another conversation. That's another
That's
conversation.
another conversation.
You know what I mean?
But like all things, is evolved, and so we're gonna get into some things. But
Yeah.
Before we even get both of your perspectives on that evolvement, I want to know, how has hip hop been introduced to your lives, inside your careers, your personal lives,
Yeah.
and any significant stories that you have when it comes to that genre? Fly, you want to start?
yeah, I mean, I don't know how much time we got, but, you know, for me, so I grew up the youngest of 3 brothers, and my eldest brother was editor-in-chief of The Source magazine in the 90s.
Wow.
So, like,
Incredible.
the nigga whose bedroom door was 2 doors down from mine ran The Source.
That's
So
crazy.
you want to talk about me in hip-hop, and then my middle brother signed a record deal when he was 17 here in Miami. So his rap group was called The Last Straw. So, you know, obviously Miami was known for bass music, right? A lot of it, you know, shout out to Uncle Luke, you know, that's
Shots out to
family.
Uncle Luke. Pioneer.
But then there was another side of the music scene, the hip hop scene in Miami, and it was more like, I guess what the term, for lack of a better expression, boom bap.
Right.
That was like, there was a boom bap community of hip hop artists here, and my brother was a part of that driving force, you know, at 17, him and his 2 other group members. And actually, before he was with Last Straws, he had a group called School Days, which was him, a guy by the name of B Dope, shout out to Bob, and if you know DJ Epps was his DJ
Yes.
in the group.
Shout out to DJ L.
Shout
Yeah.
out to that boy Ep. Rock
That's
the Bells Radio,
Yeah.
Sirius XM.
that's how long I've
Slick
known Epps.
plug real quick. LL Cool J, what they do? We looking for a job ASAP.
Yeah, Epps has known me since I was 11,
Wow.
and back
Oh,
then,
for real?
yeah,
Did not know that.
because he was the DJ in my brother's rap group, so it was like
Get out
it
of
was
here.
my brother, B Dope, Epps was the DJ, and then they had 2 dancers, Tyson and Kamani. Because back then, you know, like
Incredible.
Big Daddy Kane had dancers, and, you know, it was a part of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so back then Epps used to go by Ep Rock.
What?
Yeah, so this is 91, 92. That's how long I've known Epps.
Wow.
So, you know, you talk
That's
about like
nice.
and this is us moving here from New York. So my perspective on hip hop,
So wait, you didn't even meet Epps in Miami?
I met him here, yeah.
Oh, you did meet him
Yeah,
in Miami.
that's
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So, you said you moved from New York.
I was born in Guyana. We went from Guyana to Brooklyn,
Okay,
then came to Miami.
okay.
And then I was 8 when I got here. My brother, the middle brother's 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
My eldest brother's 9 years older than me. So you're talking 8, 13, 17,
Wow.
right? So my eldest brother spent a half a year here, then went to Princeton. So he went back up north.
Okay.
And then Simeon, my middle brother, you know, went to Arvida. Then he went to Killian, graduated from Killian. And while he was at Killian, that's when he signed his record deal and was made his album at a studio down in Kendall and Debonair called Icus Records, where I think the Marleys recorded at.
So, with these 2 brothers, older brothers that you had, what you were just like the younger brother that's like the sponge, the LaMelo Ball. Pretty
Exactly.
much.
Yeah, and it's me, so you can imagine me
that's
as the younger brother wanting, like, trying to, first of all, see how do I become a part of this culture. You know, watching Yo MTV Raps every day and looking at my brother's music, because I didn't have my own music. I used to listen to their shit,
Right.
you know? So looking at their wall of cassette tapes before CDs or wall of vinyl or whatever, and like that's how I learned how to rap, was kind of mimicking my middle brother. So that's like my connection to hip hop and how deep my roots go.
Nice. Kay?
Yeah.
Well, mine started out. I want to say mine started in church, but it really wasn't low key. 'Cause my old boy was a DJ. You know what I mean? My old boy, he DJ'd. My uncle, he was a reggae artist, writer, and I never really caught onto it. It's so funny, 'cause Cool, when I started DJing, Cool would always be like, shouts
Cool
out
from
to
Cool and Dre?
Cool and Dre, yeah.
Oh.
Cool would always be like, nah, man. He was like, you catch on to that shit. You catch on to it too quick. He was like, there's no way. Like, you was watching. Like, even though you wasn't soaking it up, you soaked it up. I was like, I don't know. But my old boy was a DJ. Like, he did his thing. He was in the mix. And then I played set at church, went to fam, marching 100.
Strike, yeah.
Uh-oh.
FAMU.
You know, I played
know
quads.
What?
Yeah, I played quads. I did it for a year, and then we gonna leave it at that. But
By the way, this green is for FAMU, not for St. Patrick's Day.
I know that's
Oh,
right.
okay.
This is
Oh,
FAMU.
God.
This is
And the
Okay,
orange.
shout out
We
to
and
FAMU.
the orange.
you see?
We know we
See
doing.
that?
You know
Orange and
what I'm
green.
Shout out to family.
Big
Well, I was
gang.
right down the street at Florida State.
saying? Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I
That's
used to go-
Tallahassee.
Across the
I ain't
track.
gonna hold
It's
you.
Tallahassee.
I-
Across the track.
My
It's
apartment
Tallahassee.
was right next door to Florida State for real. I had a lot of fun at FSU. FSU, I got love for FSU.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to
man,
Noel.
I did too.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know you went to FSU. Oh, so you know about
Yeah.
Tallahassee.
Yeah, of course.
Damn.
FSU was that thing right there, boy.
See,
Absolutely.
Oh, God.
I'm not trying to age myself, but when I was there,
Yeah.
it was different than I don't know when you got there.
Yeah.
I don't know when you got there, but I'm sure it was way after me.
Yeah.
Like,
Let me tell you something. I remember leaving New Orleans, and me and my dogs, we would drive up to Tallahassee to go to Kapalua.
Kappa Luau. Yeah, I lost my girlfriend at Kappa Luau.
Did you?
Oh,
You ever been? You know the
Yeah.
Kapalua?
no.
Lost like she
That
left me for.
Kapalua. That Kapalua.
Somebody
serious.
else.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
And as a matter of
I
fact,
think it was a Kappa. Yeah.
because we talking about age and all that. We talking about ages and all that. Like the Kapalua. That time when we went, that's when Cash Money was like
Oh,
Juvie
yeah.
was on that
Yeah.
pinnacle. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like when like Bling Bling and all that was like at its peak.
BG coming through.
Yep. Cash
Bruh.
Money's the Army.
Oh
Eddie
my
Eddie Navy.
gosh.
Crazy. It
Yeah,
was-
that's because when I got there, that's the first time I saw
Oh
was
yeah.
I was on campus.
Oh for real?
Yeah, in what was that shit called? The Rattlers Den or something like that, where the pool table was. Or
I
something.
think I know exactly what you're talking about.
But they had they was showing videos.
yeah.
music videos,
Oh,
and I saw and I was like,
okay,
what the fuck
okay,
is
okay,
this?
okay. Yeah,
But I knew that shit was kinda-
I was still legit, but I was a bad little legit. We used to just drive up. I was in Tallahassee a lot more than I should have been. So that's why I knew I was going to Tallahassee for college. As soon as I was a graduate, I was like, I'm out. I know right where I need to go.
Yeah.
I got everything already set up.
Yeah.
I was
think
home.
we're all kind of connected with hip hop. I guess the first time I was introduced to hip hop was at the cookout dancing to Trina, because I'm from Miami.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Miami. So my family's from
Facts.
Coconut Grove, and I was
Okay.
born and raised in South Miami.
Okay, down
Okay.
south.
So-
Okay.
Okay.
We'll
Whoop,
just have
whoop,
like
pull over.
Oh, absolutely
Pull
pulling
over to
I
that.
was introduced to that very young, and very
God.
proud of it. Like me and my cousins will be in a circle, and my mom, my aunties, they hyping us up, and we battling in the Trina
Oh,
and
yeah?
Trina Daddy.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Not the bean.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
God.
I love Trina. So it's like, even at a young age,
Shouts out to Trina.
you're introduced
Yeah.
to that hip hop culture.
Facts.
It's like you're kind of just born into it,
Facts.
and it's something to be proud of.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know one thing I love about hip hop? Every coast conference area, they got their own respected identity. And it's like, when you look at, other countries and how they try to imitate, or just, I want to say imitate, how they show they love to our culture.
Yeah.
It's like, they just look at it as a whole, and they dress like us, they dance like us, they do whatever, but it's like, but you don't understand, this is how we grew up.
Yeah.
This is like our lifestyle.
It's innate.
Like, this is what take us away from we can't eat a meal and I gotta eat corned beef with bread. I got rice and eggs for dinner. That's all I got. Or I gotta put water in my cereal type. So when I'm listening to this hip hop, when I'm vibing to this, like, you know what I'm saying, this is what get me through the day, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And to see how just our struggle, our lifestyle, how we build and get through the day turns into a whole aspect to where not only that it's like popular, but it's like it inspires.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
So I want to kick things off now that we've established our ties to hip hop.
Yeah.
Obviously, hip hop has evolved, as we said. Fly, what do you think of the evolvement when it comes to hip hop?
I mean, I think it's done a little bit of good and bad. Like, it's good in the sense that it's enabled us, and when I say us, I mean black and brown people, to provide for our families, our, children, families, friends, whatever. But, the way not to nerd y'all out on some nerd shit, but the way I look at the universe is everything is balanced, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't have dark without the light. You can't have good without the bad.
Yeah,
so the
yeah.
same thing applies in music, and especially in hip hop. So the bigger that it gets, you get a lot more whack shit in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to
Dilute?
That's the word. Starts to dilute the essence of what it is. Now, I'm not saying that hip hop is supposed to be just one way. And obviously, speaking as a DJ, my thing has always been about like talent. Mm-hmm. And nowadays, it seems like you don't have to have talent to have success in hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And only in hip hop, because if you take other genres of music like R&B or pop, or like if you can't sing, a motherfucker know you can't sing, mm-hmm. and you're not necessarily going to achieve the success that you would if you could sing. Mm-hmm. But it seems like in hip hop and rap, you don't have to be able to know how to rap to have a career as a rapper. And that's just the craziest shit to me.
Right.
Like, if you treated hip hop like you treated sports, like getting into the draft, this shit would be way different.
Oh, yeah.
Way different.
Absolutely.
So now my thing is going in what you're saying, right? It's like, all right, we have this thing called the internet now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been had it, you know what I'm saying? Social media, the TikToks, it expands and exploit, the popularity of an artist or the individual, whether how good or bad they are, right? Mm-hmm. So with the dilution, is that right? Okay. I'm still in it.
Use that FAMU degree.
Yeah. No, I told you 1 year. Stop. I left it at that, right? All right. So when we get that oversaturation of, artists that are not as talented, right? Of course, it irks a little bit, but then you see how this algorithm pushes certain things to the threshold. Now, the only thing I would add or enlighten to what you're saying is, and actually at the same time, right? Mm. And we have this conversation before. These artists, they bring something else to the table where they lack in their bars, their artistry as performers, because a lot of them have, character. Mm-hmm. And this is a visual, where we at right now, more visual than anything, you know what I'm saying? Culture more so than like I feel like the music is secondary. And that's more so what he's saying. And in so many words, right? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're more so like music is secondary. Because realistically, when we look at a lot of things that's popping right now, it's like, but then when you see that character, you see how in the forefront.
Media, you go on Instagram.
You know what I mean? And but you're attracted to that too, though.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's now superseding the talent.
Right. Absolutely. Talent is secondary.
Yeah.
Not music, because they're making the music.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But the music, some of it is bullshit.
Facts.
When you're talking quality, like, I'm not saying, because people, like, some conversations I have, like, people think I'm trying to say that, you got to be Lauryn Hill if you and but no.
But that's not a bad analogy, right?
No,
because you should want to. So LeBron James, right? He had Kobe. Because you said sports. He had Kobe. He had Michael Jordan, right? So it's like, all right, these are people I'm looking at. Like, when I hear, Anthony Edwards be like, yo, I watched Kevin Durant. When I hear Dwayne Wade be like, yo, I was studying, Michael Jordan. So it's like, going to your point, like, you supposed to set that bar. So if I'm R&B, or I want to sing and rap, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm going to look at a Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying? Be like, I want to push that threshold now. I want
But you can do that in your own way in terms of what you talk about. Like even if you talk about raunchy shit like Kim and Foxy and none like,
Facts.
but they could rap. Like
Nicki
they
Minaj.
sounded good on beat.
on this shit, yeah.
Like that. Remove the content out of it and just talk about the
What
foundational level
But see, that's
of
the
being able
problem
to
now,
rap.
right? And that's where the dilution come in. Going into, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is content now. Like, it's like, okay, all right, perfect example. There are so many good artists out here that can't push on social media.
Why?
Or they get shadow banned or they get put under the mud.
Why?
From it's the
algorithm.
algorithm.
Okay, so now let me ask both of y'all. Who do you think controls the algorithm? Just curious.
I don't know.
I have no clue.
Somebody white. Would you agree? Maybe.
Possibly.
Somebody white control. Somebody had to build the algorithm system, right?
Right.
Create the apps and the bots. Like that shit didn't come out of nowhere. That shit was invented, created, and now it's being executed every day as a part of our lives.
Yeah.
Somebody white is behind that. Okay, so what do I mean? Let me take you deeper. When you mentioned something about it's what they're pushing to the forefront and pushing this under. And,
Yeah.
Okay, BET.
Yeah.
In the 90s, you had Teen Summit. I don't know if you remember Teen Summit.
Very vaguely.
So Teen Summit was this weekly Saturday, came on at like 12 noon, and it was
I remember that
these
BET on Cut, boy.
Nah, see, but I'm gonna get to that. Teen Summit, you had these two hosts. You had Ananda Lewis and Prince Dejour, and you had like junior high school, and maybe young college black kids sitting in a room like this, discussing community issues within our community. And then you would have like a Mary J. Blige would come perform, a Jodeci or whatever.
Dope.
Like, so imagine 106 in Park, but with a social aspect to it. That's what Teen Summit was.
Okay.
So you had Teen Summit.
Yeah.
It was for teenagers. Then you had BET News with Jackie Reed.
Yeah.
You had Tavis Smiley.
Okay.
Right? And then Bob Johnson, black dude, sold BET to Viacom, white people.
Okay.
And then what do you get? Gone is Teen Summit. Gone is BET News. Gone is Tavis Smiley.
The black voice disappears.
Here comes College Hill. BET Uncut. Hell Date.
We not trashing BET Uncut.
No, for what Uncut did.
Oh, I know what
us.
it did. All right.
Exactly. But you got to think about the people who's behind that shit, though.
No,
like,
I
when you
get you,
talk
I get
about
you.
what they promoting
Yeah.
to us. Why, like, you don't see that shit on in the white community?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, when you have white people controlling the companies, I'm not, and this is not a
Controlling the
racist.
culture,
It's not a
is what you're
racist
saying.
statement.
It's controlling.
It's facts.
You have other cultures controlling our culture.
Exactly.
It dilutes the
And
voice of
they
the
have
culture.
the power
I get
to
you.
put out
I get you.
what's being received to the masses. So they only focus on putting out things that are derogatory or denigrating to us as a people.
So let's do this, right? Let's dial it back. I get where you're going, and I agree, right? I see what you're saying. If I'm here and I'm creating, and all I'm creating is like murder, murder, kill, kill, pop, pop, yap, yap, right? And you doing it and I'm doing it, right? But yours is heard and mine's isn't, okay? But we both doing the same thing. But hers break through. I guess what I'm saying is there's numerous of athletes that are better than a LeBron, better than an AE, and they don't get that opportunity to shine for whatever reason it may be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the grades wasn't good. Maybe the grades was good, but maybe they got injuries. Maybe they ain't got no injuries. Maybe they pissed somebody off during tryouts. You know what I'm saying? For whatever it may be, right? But at the end of the day, it's like we're on the same page, whether it's derogatory, whether it's influential, you know, whether it's inspiring, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's club music, whether it's for the culture. But go ahead.
I think we're getting into now, like, the context of how things have changed. But I want to dial it back to, like, okay, Fly, you're the more seasoned one here. We want to focus on primarily, like, the differentiation between, like, the past and the new school. So I want to know, to you, when you had a Nas, a Biggie, and a Pac, the context of their music. That set the tone early on in hip hop. What do you remember about that? And then we're gonna fast forward and then focus on today.
Well, the thing I remember the most is the variety, like the differences in them, because Biggie didn't sound like Tupac.
Were you in a club when any of that dropped? Were you DJing?
No, I was. I mean, my first time going to a club was my 18th birthday, so it's 1998, because I'll be 45
like
in May.
DJing?
Oh no, just going.
Okay.
My first time ever in a club.
Okay.
So I'm hearing, early Jay-Z and All Eyes on Me and all that shit, but everybody was so drastically different, but all succeeding. Versus
That's true.
today, where the majority, a lot of the artists sound the same. Yeah. So you lose the variety in the content. The messaging is different. Now, I mean, listen, I like shoot 'em up, bang bang shit just like the next person, if depending on the environment I'm in.
Absolutely.
But at least back then there was more diversity, which made it more like if you succeeded back then. Like Nelly made a great point, right? Nelly was on Drink Champs, or I don't know if it was Drink Champs or another podcast. Might have been Drink Champs, but no, it was on LeBron's show, The Shop. And he said the era that he came out in was the hardest era.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
he came out.
I remember that.
With him, Jay, Outkast,
Yeah.
Eminem, like that era.
You had to be on your peak. You had to be sharp.
And everybody was different. Like Nelly didn't sound like Eminem. M didn't sound like Jay. Jay didn't sound like Pac. Pac didn't sound like Outkast. Outkast didn't sound like UGK. Like T.I.
Right.
Everybody was different.
Facts.
But everybody was flourishing.
Right.
Everybody. So I don't know when the shit happened where people wanted to now sound like I want to sound like you.
Because it's like, all right, I want to get the likes. I want to get the reposts. I want to get, so if I know this is what they liking, it's easy for me. But because if I do something different, I may not get the likes, right? So it's gonna mess with my anxiety.
But still, that's today. My question is, what is it that made their impact so cultural where we're still bumping Biggie and Nas and Tupac, where they still have that longevity? That's what I'm asking.
I think it's the difference.
I think the culture was still fresh enough, young enough, and people's desire for substance was more. And the music that was made back then, I
think it was mandatory, not even a desire.
Huh?
I think it was mandatory.
No,
Substance?
No, because you had people that didn't.
No. I mean, like who? Like, so at that time, bro, it was like everything was face to face. All transactions was like in your face. Like you couldn't really like just shoot a motherfucker like a text message. Like you couldn't, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the connection was way more pure. So it was like you can feel when you saying something on a song and it's not that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I feel like that what gave it the substance. It was mandatory. It was like if you were fake, you were not gonna budge. You're not gonna sell. We're not messing with you. Like I couldn't tell you how many times I listened to a song. I'd be like, you're not like that. Next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the big difference now between, because everybody's shooting and killing right now.
For sure.
But
everybody making money right now. Everybody balling, right?
Yeah.
And then when you see him outside, it's like, nah, bro, that's your big bro. That's your big homie. Stop it. It's not you. That's not your money, bro. Stop flexing. That's not, you're not like that.
But the music back then, a lot of them didn't have it either.
The labels gave it to them, though. As long as listen, I may not have it, but if I sign a contract and you're going to make sure I'm good, it's mine. Now, later, I may not have it because I ain't know what I signed. But at the moment, in that transaction, that's me. But I'm not flexing with I just can't. And that's another thing, right? Could you see yourself just in another person's anything?
What do you mean?
Another person's car, another person's chain.
No, but that's me.
But that's to me personally, I think that's a stand-up black man, black male. Like if you got any integrity for yourself,
but you got
and that's what's missing too.
Niggas out here that will wear the next man's jewelry.
You
and
understand?
Shit like that,
you understand?
So, but
Pump
to
faking.
Brandy's point, like I think back then was the focus on. You had A&Rs, number one, which is artists and repertoire for people that don't know what that is, who helped execute the creation of an album. That role doesn't even exist anymore in the music business. So you actually had somebody whose sole purpose, not sole purpose, but main purpose was to get you the best beats, the best producers, the right features, so that your body of work
It'll be incredible.
was incredible.
Facts.
And what does that do? It makes it timeless, so that 25 years later, I can play More Money, More Problems.
I'm glad you said that.
And people,
There isn't artist
I'm glad you said
development
that.
now. Now it's
There
like
is none. It's none.
if you pop on TikTok,
that's it.
that's it.
But I'm
That's it.
glad
And
you
it's
said
like now
that.
you're like, well, what do I do?
So
What's
what,
next?
how do you expect to, you really think in 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 years, a song that's hot right now,
It's gonna be hot later.
15 years from now?
Right.
But we also have to acknowledge the shift in the culture because now we live in a microwavable time. Even Twitter, what is 40 characters? Like we have short
Right.
attention spans.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
that's it.
Right.
Like no one wants
But
to
see,
tune into the news.
but
I could
see,
just go hop on Twitter.
Yeah, that's fact.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like something has conditioned us to think that it has to be that way just because, well, that's how it is now. But like, because I played at Live last night, right? So as I'm like organizing my music for the set, I'm like, none of these songs are longer than 2 minutes.
Facts.
None of them.
That's a big fact.
How the fuck
Listen,
can you make a song and get your point across, whatever you're trying to convey, whether it's
That's
a
interesting.
positive message, a party, you want to rob somebody, like what are you telling me from the start of the beat
right.
to when that shit fades out is less than 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and you've completed your idea as an artist?
You
Yeah.
really hit something because we don't even have albums anymore, but you taking it even a step
Exactly.
further. Like
That's
songs
another
aren't
thing.
even
That's
3
another
minutes.
thing. That's another thing.
Like,
So
you don't even
So here it goes, right? Even going back to what you're saying with the A&R and picking out beats and the body of work, I be in the studio and it's like to see how many artists will literally like it's more like that's the game plan now. Let me go to YouTube, grab a beat. Let me get a beat. And when I started making beats, it was more so of like the chemistry between the artist and the producer. You know what I'm saying? Like even if we doing it together, like building a beat together and you writing while I'm building a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the thing I don't think enough people know about you, by the way. Not to cut you off, but people don't understand. Like, yeah, you DJ and you apply in all these places all day, but you're an incredible producer.
I didn't know that, Kay.
No,
it's coming.
I just strictly thought you
I just
were
be
DJing.
chilling. So
he's an incredible producer. He produced for me.
yeah.
Like beats that I've rapped on that he's made.
I was producing a Rock Nation with Cool and Dre. I got a couple vibes.
I didn't know that.
I got more stuff coming. Shout out to
But
Biggie
he's
Baton.
very humble.
You know
Like,
what I'm
he
saying?
don't- No.
A lot of people tell me I need to pop more much, but I don't
Yeah.
see the need to because I'm really outside and I'm really doing it like the way I want to do it, and he'll see that, he'll attest to that, all my homies, like, so it's like when I'm around people like this that appreciate and see how I be coming, like that's really for me. All I know is not as long as I could cash my little check and do my thing, like I let everybody do it, but to his point and where everybody else be like, I do be feeling like at times I be letting y'all down when I don't go crazy, but it's gearing up and it's coming, and that's why all of this right now,
2025.
all of this is important right now
Oh, absolutely.
because it's all playing that part. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And it's the aspect.
Absolutely.
So there is definitely stuff in the works, but I do want to touch on that though because that is very important. I want to get back to that. They don't build artist producer chemistry. It's like I love seeing Future and Metro. I used to love Esco and Future, right? I love seeing that when an artist find his producer, you know what I'm saying, and they lock in because that originality is what creates longevity.
like a Missy Elliott and Timberlake.
You understand
my
what I'm
God.
saying?
I was gonna use that.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'll give you two
Untouchable.
other examples. When Common got with Kanye and made the B album. I don't know if
that
y'all
was
familiar
crazy.
with B,
That's crazy.
but just go.
See, that's why I
later
love this
tomorrow,
conversation.
whatever,
It
just
sounds
go
like
back and
Future and
just
Esco.
listen.
He's like Common and
Like
Kanye.
Common and-
Yes,
like what
you see I'm
Kanye
saying?
did.
There now, what
when
we
Kanye
doing?
took his genius and took the genius of Common and you melted that shit together because
Yes.
as the producer,
Yes,
they pull out of the artist.
Right, and then they're both from
that
Chicago.
greatness.
They had that.
Let me tell you
Exactly.
something.
Yeah.
What Kanye did when he first stepped on the scene was like,
That man is a genius.
Yes.
nah, it's
I
so
can't tell
special.
you how many times I've watched his Genius, his
Yeah,
Netflix special Genius.
So
Genius.
special,
Yeah.
man. Like, cause he started a lot of careers, including himself.
Betted on
You know what I
himself.
mean? Betted on himself, and the guy just ran it up, man. So it's like, it's beautiful, man.
You know what
Absolutely.
you get when you put Kanye with Jay-Z, you get the blueprint.
You
Yeah.
damn sure enough do.
know?
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
but because that process of exchanging energy in the studio,
Yeah.
ideas,
Yeah.
like people take that shit for play. Like, no, that's actually how you can create a masterpiece.
Yeah.
They don't
When
get
you,
it.
you know?
They don't get it.
They don't
That's
get it.
another thing that's really. I mean, it's so missing right now. Like, it's not missing 100%. Like, you see the ones that's doing it, you be like, man, why this guy always on top? Well, who's his producer? How long has he been producing with his producer? Like, you know what I mean? And then you look at like the new people, and it's like you don't. Not only do you not know the producer, it's like it's 5 by 9. It's so many times. And when I say a producer, I'm not talking about a beat maker.
Right. Right.
People go online, they download beats,
Yeah.
and they go in and they write to them. And so a producer knows the direction of the record, the direction of the song. It should be like this. It should move like that. Like, this is the tone. Like, this, it got to be grungy. It got to be, like, I need you to be more aggressive. Like, R.I.P., the boy Irv, and he was like, DMX was in a vibe, and he wasn't taking him serious. And he was like, no, it needs to be more mad.
Yeah.
He's like, what you talking about? He gets on the track, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a hit.
It's like a producer can make beats, but a beat maker might not necessarily know how to produce.
Or make a song for that matter.
Like, exactly.
Yeah.
Like how to produce a song, how to produce an artist.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you that's a very, like, special talent.
Super special. You
Talent
took the
to
word. I was
have.
just going to
Yeah.
say that. And when you see the artist grow, and you see like how, because when you do it right, like it's like making a good steak, right? I could put candy yams next to the steak. I could put macaroni and cheese next to the steak.
Right.
I could put green beans, asparagus. It's gonna be fway.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hit.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I know, like, we're hitting a bunch of different angles, being that hip hop it's a vast genre, it's a vast topic, so it's only natural. But I do want to get back to, like, the focus. How do we get the shift from going the chicken tastes like wood to leave the rest of the yams at my auntie house? Like, how do we get that shift in sound?
So, all right, I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is where we bump heads, right? And this is where I think this is where we go actually get juicy now. Not artistry wise, but the sound wise, I like it. I love the sound of right now.
What do you mean by sound?
So I like the
You
sonics.
talking about Boss Man
So,
D-Lo
all right.
and
Yeah, I love the sonics. I love the sonics of today's culture. Like, when I listen, it's like when I be working out, I listen. So first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? Like the new Snoop and Dr. Dre album, right?
Oh, Missionary.
Missionary.
Yeah.
You listen to that?
Incredible.
It not only is incredible, like it hit though.
But
Like,
But
it-
they
but
know
what
how
do you
to-
say? It's
but they
Dr.
know how to
Dre.
shift,
No,
too.
It's
right,
Dr. Dre.
right. So I'm bringing that in to I'm gonna tie it in, right? I'm gonna tie it in. Hold on,
Can't wait to
Okay,
hear
we
this.
gotta let him cook.
I can't wait to
So
hear
Let 'em
that.
so
cook.
the thing is when I listen, like, to me, that sets the bar, right? Okay, so now if I listen to like a Boss Man D-Lo, of course Dr. Dre he's not trapped out, right? But then you hear things like you hear Kendrick shit, you hear Future shit, you hear Boss Man shit, you hear sexy shit, you hear, like, I could keep going, right? Those sonics, they still hit in the club. You can't deny that. They hit, and what's going down right now with the sound of right now, it's not too far off from what we're used to. Like they're sampling Cash Money. They sampling, like, you know what I'm
They're
saying?
reinventing the wheel.
But
Okay.
that's hip hop.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's hip hop.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, how did we get such a large shift from? Is it the introduction of? Is it the rise of the South? Is the South responsible for that shift, or is it just
because
time just
what you
evolving?
mean?
no,
You
I
jumped
think
to that
I
quick,
think
too
social
quick. What you
media,
mean now?
like you
You
said
trying
earlier, I
to
think
This the
yeah.
South?
You just that sound like you just trying to
No,
shoot
no,
the South
this-
under the rug. Hold on, now we gotta think a little harder.
no,
man.
I took that as you saying is the South responsible for it being a drastic shift.
One thing I
like,
will say, if we talk
For
about the
gaining that
South and the shift,
momentum, like,
when that boy Wayne, after he hit that Carter, then he came with that Carter 2. It ain't, and then T.I.
I was just about to say, don't forget
No,
about T.I.
and
because
that-
I
and
feel like a
T.I.
lot of people move
Yeah.
T.I. and
Oh, no, you
Ludacris
can't,
to the
no.
Yeah,
side.
no,
but
no.
you gotta
Yeah.
put T.I.
That-
and Ludacris.
that little era right there,
that trap music.
that took, like, cause we always love Outkast. You know what I'm saying? Outkast, honestly, to me, was just like the creme de la creme when they talked about South. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, we had the Ha with Juvie. Cash Money did a little thing. It was good. But when Wayne came, I remember Wayne came through with Squad Up. Then he hit the Carter. Then the Carter 2, T.I.
the Carter 2 was my favorite Wayne album.
But it's the
Like,
that's what transcended the South.
But-
and I don't think it ever looked back since. I don't
No.
even think New York was able to keep up after that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is what you're talking about, current. You gotta think. The Carter 2 was 20 years ago. It was 2006. It was 19 years ago, right?
Okay.
So that doesn't count as today's hip hop.
But it's still, to me, I think it's still all sort of. See, that's the thing, right? So when I was in the Yo, right? I'm in the Yo, and everybody's like, yo, the know your bounce, the know your bounce, the know your bounce, right? And it's like, nah, that's like the way. This was like, I want to say like Halloween, and they're like, the know your bounce, that's coming back, like that's gonna be it, right?
Yeah.
But it was like, all right, that's what it's gonna be. But did it leave? I just think they just like make it more. I just feel like they just pick, not like they pick a vibe, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like reinventing it. Like, so for instance, like even before then, like what's that? Like they were doing up top. New York had it for a little bit. The drill. That little New York drill vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like those sounds always like they been here. It's just like it's like colors, right? You know, like today I want to wear like Cameron pink. You know what I'm saying? Then tomorrow my favorite hue is Jay-Z blue.
Let me ask y'all a question. Okay.
Go ahead.
Would you say that every song artist that's out today is good?
Absolutely not.
No.
That's all I'm trying to say.
That's how he wants.
That's all I'm trying to say. Like, there's great, there's good, and there's trash.
All right, so here we go.
Right?
Hey, you ready for it? I'm gonna give you one. What are your top? All right, you was in Live last night. You tore it down. What would you say? Not even your top three. What would be you would say that the top three joints you played that had the best reaction?
You're always gonna get a good reaction with a Drake record. Always.
Absolutely.
That's just what it is. It's just,
I feel that.
It's par for the course, as they say.
Yeah.
So the
facts.
Nokia
went crazy last night for me too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Another one is
Yeah.
Sexy Red and
Sexy
Bruno
killing
Mars?
them.
The new Bruno Mars?
that one.
Wait, that you played that last night?
I think Vibes played it.
He played the Sexy Red and
Maybe I
Bruno?
played it. It got played, but that
Crazy?
instant.
I want to see that in the club. I haven't seen that in the club yet.
And I was actually shocked to hear Bruno
With Sexy
talk
Red?
like that. No, not but like just to hear him talk like that.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
His persona is very
Right.
like clean
Okay.
cut. You know what I'm saying? He was
yeah.
talking that shit on
He
there.
was.
Like,
He was.
like,
He was.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
was.
I think they complimented each other well on that.
It was
track, by the
great.
way.
Now see that she sounds great on that,
Mm-hmm.
and he sounds great on that. That record is dope.
Okay.
There's records that I hear that are like what they call low vibrational,
Okay.
where you just hear it and you just like,
But you know what? It's those low vibrational songs. You keep playing, and eventually, somehow,
It'd be
pops
high
up.
vibration,
And
huh?
you're like, what is this?
yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
They're
no, wait,
just-
what
they're
you
just- But then you wonder why you look around and nobody's dancing or nobody's vibing. Like everybody's just standing there on their phone or whatever, and there's no energy. Like you, as a DJ, you know the difference when there's energy in the room and when there's not.
Absolutely.
It don't matter what you play, if it's current, if it's old,
Absolutely.
whatever genre. It don't even got to be hip hop. It could
Absolutely.
be reggae, Latin, Afrobeat, whatever.
Absolutely.
You know when there's energy in the room.
Facts.
You can see it. You can feel
Feel
it.
it.
And then you know when you just playing music and motherfuckers
Absolutely.
they just in there.
Right.
So I like to deal with energy.
So real quick before you ask that question, when you first started DJing, 'cause I wanted to ask you that when I remember you saying you walked into the room. What was like your first big record that you played that you experienced the rise of
In my career?
Yeah, like in the beginning, like
Can I guess? I
Go ahead.
just want to guess.
yeah.
Oh, good.
Was it DMX?
Nah,
No.
but that's a good guess though.
That's a good guess.
Because to me, I wanted to be in a club at that time. When that came out, I feel like
DMX
I
is
should
that
have been in a
guy.
club.
DMX
That's
is
a
that
good
guy.
though because when I my career started, shout to Self-Born, Mark G, Ferg Fresh.
Self-Born, what it do?
My career started at this small bar called Love Hate on South
Yeah.
Beach. It was on Washington Avenue between 4th and 5th Street, and it's actually 2 doors down from Casa Matilda. Where Casa
Is that
Matilda
right? Oh, you know what? Top
right there.
Top was telling me that. Shout out to Top Philly.
So that's where my career started. So I DJ'd there every Sunday for 3 years
okay. Oh, for real.
for free,
For 3 years
I
for
remember
free.
you telling me that.
just to be able to have my foot in the door.
I remember you
get
telling me.
into the
3
business.
years.
3 years.
Wow.
While I had my first daughter, working in Aventura Mall, and trying to figure it out.